and it was like a wrecking ball when
welcome to another session of our tarot here. And so it's been about 4 days since we've had that eclipse. I've had some wonderful message that came through. I took them as personal, so I decided that I wasn't going to do one of these shows today. And so here we are in this beautiful scene here. This is a little hidden gem in South Florida. And I decided to just take advantage of this beautiful scene that we have here today to do this new moon reading, because we just didn't do one since the eclipse has passed by. And since then, I've had the sun sextile Pluto. I've had Uranus sextile my sun. So I've just had like a lot of things go on. And then today I have Venus in Libra giving a 10-degree, 90-degree angle to my sun. So beautiful places, relaxing, things like that. That's all part of the day today. And the first message that popped up, it says courage above fear. And it's so like a personal message for me, simply because of so many changes that's gone on in my life. And a repeating one happens to be the ascension symbol, which is also could be called the Merkaba. It's actually having to do with the fact that we're able to let our spirituality and for the universe to transport us into an ascension. And basically that's what it's about. It's about upgrading here. And then we have the initiation of Isis, which is the dark healing chamber. And really that could definitely be called when you have a Plutonic transit, which I do have. So right now I have Uranus trining up to the same spot that Pluto was trining up to just like about right before it went retrograde. So definitely some transformation in some very personal places, so I know that's for me. And then the other one is our sovereign Queen of Maeve, and it deals with protecting personal things from people, protecting your personal space from others. And we'll get into just exactly what she wanted to say today. So the message of the Queen Maeve would be, value what is sacred by protecting it from interference. Even that which may be well-intentioned, be compassionate, but set firm boundaries. You are going to triumph over a negative situation. It will take courage, but you have more than enough inner strength, resourcefulness, and boldness to accomplish what you wish to attain. Do not give up. You have the ability to connect with the higher world, so open your heart, mind, and light. So it's about protecting that and being brave. And so now we have the Temple of the Black Obsidian. So this would be the initiation. It would be like where it is that your soul is and what your subconscious ascension. So in my understanding here and how I go about this practice at this point is that in the human cycle, there are things that we have to do when we're reconstructing ourselves back to the oneness from which it is that we first initiated or have been. So the story of the Isis would actually just be because of the fact that it is kind of like a little blueprint of what happens in the journey of the soul. And of course, many other practices give a little glimpse of what that is. And of course, it's up to you to find what resonates with you and however any messages get to you. And this is one of them, if you're tuning into this. It says, beloved initiate, the most challenging task is not to confront an external enemy, but to take courage in both hands and the journey within to meet our own dark self and begin the healing task of bringing love, acceptance, and light to it. That it is a sacred purpose of any enemy within or without to bring us more deeply into our own being as we seek to find and heal the darkness within. It's a really good thing because it's sort of like reconstructing, or sort of like uh, looking at the problems backwards instead. Like, okay, well, if this is happening to me, then why is this happening? And then figure out if you're, giving a type of vibration that's allowing this to happen in your life. And a lot of times, yeah, because we may not be doing that. We may be doing projection a lot of times. Here's what it says. It says, the initiate who is invited to enter into the temple of the black obsidian enters into his own shadow, the part of us that is hidden from our own awareness and is usually only experienced in relationship to others. So you can only find your projections when you find a person. Otherwise, they'll just exist in front of you, and it's a good time for you to look at who you are through these eyes. And that's a wonderful part of having conflict with people in your environment. Lady Isis, as a dark priestess of the Temple of the Black Obsidian, invites you now to confront the parts of your own ego that you have denied previously, because in doing so, you will gain more freedom. Come to know yourself more wholly, and you will find that life experiences, opportunities, relationships, and breakthroughs have not been able to reach would suddenly become available to you. That's how quick, when you make that change and that snap into your own psychology, you would be able to start to begin to reap the harvest of what you have put your attention to instead of the other person, yourself. And now we're on to our real reading for today, and the first card of the day, and the energy is just a matter of time. So if you've done all the work in this wonderful dark chamber of confronting yourself, if you protected all the energy that you've actually have been having to do that, to make sure that your energy and your good energy is your currency. It's not all the money in the bank. And to also know that you have to have the courage to move to this next level, because it's not a familiar thing. Exactly. See how the wind just blew it off? And then we are in this ascension. And that's the biggest part of it. Here we go. And we've come to understand what the true vision of the foundation and achievements would be in our life. And that's the reason why here. It's a matter of time. And we're taking the authority, and we're moving into a power now. Now that we've confronted who the inner enemy was, not a person usually, but a lot of times they manifest through them, and we may have to confront them as well. But also, we have the authority to do this for ourselves. And we actually move into a material harvest. Well, that is a really, really good thing here, because these are everything that you want to be. Power, a harmonious environment, and your ability to achieve your success through material. What do we have here? So a lot of the retrogrades have probably taken us in, and you've probably witnessed all of the subconscious things that have been manifesting, and that's probably why we manifested the vision of love, because that's what that is. Oh, how amazing is that? And we go to the Nine of Pentacles. So we have the Nine of Pentacles here with the Nine of Pentacles. So here is a wonderful thing. So it means that we're very close to receiving a Ten of Pentacles, a Ten of Cups, and we're learning from the heartbreak to become stronger people. And look, this bird is moving from one home to the next home with some new fruits, which means that we are definitely reaping the harvest that we're talking about here today. And as I said to you, when we're here in the 9 and we're here in the 9, we're about to get to the 10. It ends here in a 10 of Cups. It ends here with returning to the memories of what it is that we believed here. We return to rejuvenation, to go against for our goals again. And as the world changed, so this is definitely about the eclipse, because look at the fact that this nine of spirals is here when it all came to an end, which was last week. So we are in the aftermath of what the eclipse did last week, Wednesday, on the 12th of August, and now we're here today, and we're dealing with the big changes that we made. And in my case, I would like to say that it went up to the last minute, and now we get to the heart of the reading here, and it's about temperance. We're going to be transmuting the past into the future. We're going to be doing this where it's going to take everything that it's taken us up. As you can see, it has taken us out into the wilderness. It has taken us away from everything. It has taken us on barefooted, literally, to transform. And now what does that mean? We're transforming every single thing. We're not taking one thing from the past into the future. Yes, that's right. Look what we have here. We have the Seven of Cups because choices are here again. Choices. So my camera got way too hot while I was doing this. I guess my phone was out for a little while. So let's make this really quick. So what we had at the heart of the reading was the temperance and how much we were transmuting our pain or just whatever into this. Is exactly what this Three of Swords does here too. The violet tears of the violet represents how the transmutation of our hurt and our pain goes into understanding, and we heal that way. Well, we take into the future, but what happens after? Action gets taken. So this would be a Page of Wands, and she's at the start of fire. She's gathering sticks to start a fire. So there's a resurrection that happens because justice is at the bottom of this thing. So if we had to dissect from the middle, we would see that the temperance card is here, justice is at the bottom, and it's just a matter of time. But what's a matter of time? Well, if we have the Seven of Cups and we have the temperance 2 cups, that's 9 cups, and you need one person to make it 10 of cups. Well, also, there's a 3 of cups here, and that's usually a celebration. And there's one extra person here. So there's a good chance that that 1 cup is just a matter of time as we heal, as we're in this wilderness, because divine justice is on the way. And it says it's courage above fear. Here's the King of Arrows, which is the person who actually is sort of speaking with an arrow race. So there's some sort of like speaking here. We have the devil, and he's all tied up. So it's just a matter of time.